You testified that at this meeting on October 7, 2022, David Weiss said he wasn't the deciding authority, and that's contrary to what he'd been saying in letters to Congress. So does this move, this recent move, confirm or refute your testimony?
Thank you, Michael, for having me. So yesterday's announcement was an admission by Attorney General Garland that they have not been truthful. The Department of Justice hasn't been truthful with the American people, and it goes right to what you just said: is that he did not have the authority to make the decisions, as he said in that October 7th, 2022 meeting.
So in the letters, he makes clear, I have all of them in front of me, the 3 that he sent over to Congress. He makes clear that he is the deciding authority. He also said that he'd not asked for designation as special counsel. I mean, in this instance, what do we know? He asked for it apparently on Tuesday, and it was promptly given. What doesn't sound right about that timeline to you?
Well, I know that on October 7th, 2022, he told that group in that room, as corroborated by another individual that was in that room, that he requested special counsel authority after going to D.C. President Biden, U.S. Attorney, appointed U.S. Attorney, to have charges for 2014, 2015 years there, and that he was denied that authority from Maine DOJ, and he was told to follow the process. Now you discuss these letters on June 7th of this year and June 30th. The June 7th letter says, I have full authority. That was before Special Agent Ziegler and I testified in front of the House Ways and Means Committee, and then the June 30th letter is released after our testimony was voted out by that committee and made public. And it was clear that United States Attorney Weiss changed his story because he says, I have full authority to charge. The June 30th letter, he echoes that, saying I have full authority to charge. And it's a very important paragraph then he has right then where he says, after that, he says, I don't have the authority to charge outside of Delaware. I would have to partner with a U.S. attorney where a venue exists. And this announcement yesterday is absolute, unquestionable vindication of Special Agent Ziegler and I coming forward, because this is the crux of the issue that we brought forward to House Ways and Means Committee and the House Oversight Committee.
In that June 30 letter, you're right, he makes reference to his charging authority being geographically limited to my home district. And you and I are quickly in the weeds on this. So just sort of step back and tell me, big picture, what does it all mean? What's going on here, Gary?
So a subject has to be charged where the crimes are committed. It's called venue. And in this case, the venue was determined as early as June of 2021 that for the 2014-2015 charges, it was the venue, most appropriate venue was the District of Columbia. And then for the next years, 16, 17, 18, 19, the venue had to be in Central District, California. Both of those districts are ran by President Biden appointed U.S. attorneys. And he said on multiple occasions, U.S. Attorney Weiss said on multiple occasions, and the prosecutors are well aware of it. It was an ongoing conversation with investigators, the entire investigation toward charging in March of 2022 that they had to go to D.C., then they had to go to California because David Weiss didn't have the authority. This announcement runs afoul of everything that DOJ has told the American people about who has the authority. It runs afoul of Attorney General Garland's testimony in front of Congress on April 26th last year and March 1st of this year. And these letters just simply are not accurate based on the actions taken. If you recall, Attorney General Garland said that David Weiss had more authority than a special counsel had. So now he appoints him special counsel. Does he now have less authority than he had previously? It just doesn't match up.
Quick answer. Does the president himself now face more legal jeopardy in your view?
I can't answer that other than that there were investigative steps that clearly indicated Hunter Biden's father, President Biden, had some type of involvement, and we just weren't allowed to follow those leads.
Were you not allowed to follow those leads because you think DOJ and the IRS wanted to shut you down as a protective measure, to protect the president, or because people were just afraid to rattle the cage? Which of them? Is there a more benign explanation?
Like, I can't get into their motivations because I just simply don't know what their motivation was. But I do know that any typical investigation, when you have text messages, when you have discussions of 10% going to family members of a subject, and any tax investigation, any financial investigation, you have to go there. And any other investigation, we would have went there.
Social media reaction. Stick around, Gary. Put it up, Catherine. Let me see if I want to rely on Gary for this. No one cares about Hunter, says Kellyanne. The real issue is the Joe Biden connection and the possibility of national security being compromised. Let's get to the truth. Quick answer from you, Gary. You would say what to that viewer?
I'm here for the American people. I'm risking my life and my career for the American people. And what's right is right. And if everyone does what's right every single time, then America is going to be a great country for a long time to come. So I can't comment on that thought.
I'm with you insofar as I'm not rooting for any outcome in this case other than to get to the truth.